Some big changes are coming to the Wesley House in Pittsburgh, including a pause to its day shelter, showers, and laundry services. I'm Samantha Walker, and I'll have that story coming up.
Plus, another local shelter for people in need says without help soon, it could be forced to close. And the Quapaw Nation in Oklahoma and the producers of a TV show discussed the portrayal of Native Americans.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Changes are coming to Wesley House in Pittsburgh this week, impacting what services are offered. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. KOAM Samantha Walker explains why some services will pause.
Wesley House is an outreach ministry of the First United Methodist Church in Pittsburgh, which provides resources for individuals and families who may be struggling, especially for the homeless population. But a sign is posted on the center's door announcing several of its services will no longer be offered starting this Friday. Sherry Franks both volunteers and receives resources from the Wesley House. She says while the changes might be hard for some, she understands why they're doing it.
I know they're doing the restructuring. Like I said, they're doing the best they can. I mean, why else would they be in the shelter business? Why else would they be, giving out food to the community that needs it?
This change takes effect one day after the church resumes management of Wesley House from the Community Health Center of Southeast Kansas after 2 years. The Wesley House will no longer provide breakfast, lunch, showers, laundry, or day shelter services to the community. Critics of this decision say they feel as though the change is too sudden, given how long the Wesley House has provided these services, especially to the homeless population.
Now we have these people here, and there's suddenly a withdrawal with very little transition planning as far as we know. And so what that does is leave those people kind of in a bad situation where they moved here for certain services, and now those services are being withdrawn.
The new executive director for Wesley House says they've been informing the people who use these resources about the changes for weeks now. He says it's just a pause for these services and that they're not permanently going away. In a statement sent to KOAM, Executive Director Matt O'Malley says the facility has seen, quote, a drastic increase in the number of local households served by their food pantry. That program serves nearly 1 in 5 residents in Crawford County. In his statement, O'Malley explains the decision was made to pause other services to focus more on the food pantry and its growing needs. Frank says now is an important time for other community members to step up during this time of need.
So, our community, our people, just, churches, we've got to just all band together and work together. There's so many opportunities here to help not just the homeless, but just our residents.
Reporting in Pittsburgh, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
The executive director of Wesley House says they're working to expand their food pantry and its hours of operations. They have not said when these paused services might restart. Another local shelter that has long been a lifeline for people in need is now calling on the community for help. Safe Haven Outreach Mission in Parsons, known for providing support for the homeless, says it's facing an unprecedented financial crisis. Due to rising costs of living and a lack of sufficient funding, the shelter is struggling to cover basic expenses. Leaders at Safe Haven say if they don't receive immediate assistance, they might be forced to close their doors for good.
And I know that every hard-earned dollar is hard-earned. So I praise the guy who goes out to the factory every day to make this place happen. And that's what supports us. It's not the big federal and state grants that people get for their homeless shelters. It's the individual people who feel in their heart what we do here.
Brown says they're surviving month to month, and they'll need about 10 grand to keep the doors open through the end of the year. The 12th annual Empty Bowls fundraiser takes place tomorrow. That event, sponsored by Watered Gardens in Joplin, raises money to help feed the hungry in the community. For a minimum $25 donation, people can enjoy a bowl of soup, keep the handcrafted bowl, and help raise money for a good cause. Another way you can help feed the hungry in the area is through our Feed the 4 States campaign. This year, we've teamed up with Extreme Power Sports Auto Center in Webb City to help collect those non-perishable food items that you donate. Simply use this QR code for more information on how and where you can donate to help feed the 4 states. Let's check in with meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney now for our first look at the weather.
Well, taking a look outside, we're starting to see those clouds clearing out. Temperatures are dropping down through the 50s to the upper 40s now. Winds are starting to die down, still gusting 15 to 20 miles per hour, but you can see they've lightened up quite a bit and they're out of the west-northwest. Those are going to continue tomorrow, so we do have a cooler day ahead since we are bringing in that northerly air. You can see clouds have nearly made their way out of our area, so we are looking ahead to have a sunny day tomorrow. Temperature trend has been trending downwards. Yesterday we were in the upper 60s, low 70s with our overnight lows dropping down to 50. Now today we got up to mid 60s and our overnight low tonight dropping down to low 40s, upper 30s. We're going to see some cooler days before our warm up and more rain chances. I'll have those details coming up.
See you soon. The Quapaw Nation has reached a resolution relating to the television show Tulsa King and its depiction of the tribe. KOIM's Melissa Alexis has more.
Saw the episode, we were shocked.
Shocked. That's how Weena Supernaw of Quapaw Nation felt when she saw the way the tribe was portrayed in an episode of the television show Tulsa King.
Dismayed when the episode aired and reflected us in such a disparaging light. We took offense not only as a small tribal nation, but also all tribal nations.
Season 2, Episode 4 of Tulsa King aired last month and introduced characters from the Quapaw Nation who were depicted as being involved in a criminal conspiracy relating to marijuana and wind energy. Quapaw Nation says they were not given a chance to approve or reject the use of the tribe's name.
We all looked at each other and said, did you give him permission to use the Quapaw Nation's name? Did you? And of course, none of us had.
Quapaw Nation put out a statement addressing the issue, and they were contacted by Taylor Sheridan, who's listed as an executive producer of the show, and his team. Production from the Tulsa King apologized, and they had a productive conversation with the Quapaw Nation, resolving the issue.
They have come to us with great sincerity, and we've accepted that apology.
Going forward, she hopes this encourages open dialogue about allowing Native American voices to tell their own story.
The need for ongoing dialogue and sensitivity to Native American issues and the way in which we are portrayed in Hollywood or film and media at large. You know, we're not relics in a museum from the 1800s.
Reporting in Quapaw, Melissa Alexis, KOAM News.
Following this incident, Quapaw Nation encourages writers and producers to learn more about the Quapaw Nation and its history. It's a big day for area sports as a number of high school students signed their letters of intent to move on to the college level. John Dales has details coming up later in sports. But up first, why some marijuana users in Missouri could soon see prices come down. Looks like some marijuana users in Missouri will soon see a drop in prices. A Missouri appeals court ruled the stacking of marijuana sales taxes is unconstitutional, potentially saving cannabis customers millions. Charmel Odell reports on the timing and how much customers could save.
The ruling comes after this lawsuit filed by a dispensary owner who argued that allowing a county and a city within that county to both tax marijuana sales goes against state law.
It is important to understand that government will tend to collect as much tax as it possibly can. So it's refreshing to see the courts rein local government in and let them know that they're not able to double tax.
After Missouri passed the legalization of recreational marijuana in 2022, governments raced to cash in. Some cities approved a 3% tax on marijuana sales. Some counties put a 3% tax on marijuana sales. In some cases, both a county and a city in that county were taxing sales. On Tuesday, that came to an end. Missouri Court of Appeals agreed with the lawsuit, saying the stacking of the taxes would lead to unfair high taxes for buyers.
This court decision is going to save Missouri customers about $3 million each and every month. So it's a significant increase. That is money back into customers' pockets.
Here in the Ozarks, Christian County and Ozark have both been taxing pot sales.
The Missouri Department of Revenue, I expect, will notify local jurisdictions to cease collecting the 6% tax. The interesting question is, how will they return the unconstitutionally collected tax? The Department of Revenue should return it to the retailers, and the retailers should return it to their customers.
No word from the Department of Revenue about when stacked tax counties must stop collecting. MoCan trade leaders estimate the ruling could save cannabis buyers nearly $3 million a month. Baxter Springs announces it has an interim police chief. Jimmy Hamilton was sworn in last night during the city council meeting. The move follows Brian Henderson stepping down as the Baxter Springs chief of police to focus on his new role as Cherokee County Sheriff-elect. Hamilton says Henderson will stay on with the department through the end of December. And the City of Neosho Fire Department receives funding for equipment. It's courtesy of the Newton County Public Safety Grant. That grant for just over $10,000 will go toward the purchase of an extractor washer and dryer for Neosho Fire Station number 2. That washer-dryer combo is intended to ensure that hazardous contaminants accumulated during emergency responses are effectively removed. It's a big day for area sports as a number of high school students signed their letters to move on to the college level. John Dales is going to have details coming up later in sports.
And we have sunny days ahead as we go into the weekend. I'll have that coming up. Well, we started off the day a bit rainy, but we're ending it on a great note. Taking a look outside Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Clouds are starting to clear out. The winds are still gusting 15 to 20 miles per hour throughout the rest of the evening. We didn't get a lot of rain, unfortunately, but it's not our last chance of rain on the forecast, so we're going to be a little bit patient. We do have more rain coming up next week, but a lot of areas, especially out in Kansas, north of Independence near Parsons, Chanute, Iola, Butler, Fort Scott, got about an inch of rain. Everywhere else, especially in the southeast, didn't get much. Now, rain has cleared out. Clouds are almost out of our area too. And then tomorrow we're heading into a great day with cooler temperatures. Starting tonight, temperatures dropping down through the 40s all the way to low 40s, upper 30s. You can see clear skies for most of the overnight. The winds do die down as well as we head into Thursday morning, 7 a.m. You can see winds have dropped down to maybe 10 mile per hour wind gusts, so not so bad. And then after that, mostly calm for the next couple of days. Temperatures tomorrow really only reaching low 60s, so we're much cooler tomorrow and into Friday as well. Near average temperatures, though, average is still upper 50s to low 60s this time of year, so we are still slightly above average, though we can't say that for long as we head into next week. And we start off our week with some rain showers. So we've got this ridge moving over our area tomorrow, Friday, and into Saturday, though clouds start to move in Saturday, and we start to see a low pressure dropping down all the way down to Mexico. So a very deep low pressure moving into the area, and it's cut off from the upper level flow. So our original low has now shifted off to the east, and we're looking ahead to another low pressure that is still up in Canada. It's going to kind of attach itself with our cutoff low by the time it moves into our area, bringing in a lot of Arctic air. So we start some rain shower chances early Sunday afternoon around 5-6 p.m. and then they'll continue and even get a little bit heavier rain as we head into Monday morning. Then we start to see that nice developed cold front moving in. Not a strong front, not a severe threat as of right now, but maybe some stronger storms embedded in that. It will pass by Monday afternoon, clearing out by about 9-10 p.m. So we've got a nice night, and then Tuesday looking good. Clear skies, cooler temperatures down in the low 60s, upper 50s. Then we have that secondary low pressure that's now joined in and strengthened the low pressure that just brought us our cold front, and that is where we're seeing our drop in temperatures, our significant drop in temperatures next week. Until then, those showers on Sunday didn't bring a lot of rain as we head into next week, but the Monday rain, we could see up to 2 inches, especially in the far western counties. Now, this is still a little ways away, so we only have a low percentage right now. We are definitely getting rain, but the low confidence on how much rain and how strong that front will be. Now, you can see next week we've got more scattered shower chances Wednesday through Friday, plus temperatures, high temperatures in the 50s and lows in the low 30s, upper 20s.
Be some good weather to get the sweatshirts and the sweaters out, and maybe eventually the parkas.
I was going to say, I get cold easily. I'm going to be bringing out my wool jacket.
There you go. Thanks, Lindsay. Still ahead, it's signing day for high school seniors. We're going to hear from several athletes across the 4 states as they commit to their new schools. That's coming up next in sports.
It's signing day, and all across the 4 states, high school seniors put pen to paper and commit to play their sport at the collegiate level. We begin at Neosho, where a couple Wildcat softball players signed to play at the next level. Carly Kennard commits to the University of Central Oklahoma. She's a 2-time COC Player of the Year. And Becklyn Garrett, a 3-time All-Conference performer, signs with Butler Community College.
Just the fact that I know the stress of where I'm going to be in next year, what am I going to do with my life, and just everything, after all of the hard work that got up to this point, just the fact that I know that I finally am going to college and I'm playing the sport that I love.
The coaches, the relationships that they build with their players, and how I immediately connected with them, and they immediately had a plan for me because they could see how good I was and how much they wanted me to be an immediate impact on their field was something that greatly meant a lot to me.
Meanwhile, over at Webb City, 6 Cardinals signed their letters of intent. Lainey Taylor and Rylan McFarland commit to play softball at Labette Community College. Then 4 members of the baseball team continue their careers at the collegiate level. Landon Fletcher, Andrew Young, and Luke Beverlin all are headed to Missouri Southern. And Cohen Epler commits to Kansas City, Kansas Community College.
It's definitely a bigger atmosphere, and it's obviously a bigger commitment, and you're with girls that they put this commitment into, so you know that they want to be there and you know you want to be there. So, and bigger goals, it's all one team and everybody's motivated.
I just really think it felt like home. Everyone always says it's a gut feeling, and you feel that feeling and you just feel like home, and I fell in love with the school and the location and the coaches especially, and I've heard good things all throughout my life, and I know people who have gone there, so it just really, everything came together.
The coaches at Webb City just push me every day to be the best person and player I can be, so they'll just set me up for good accomplishments in college.
Great coaches, great facilities, a lot of former teammates I'm glad to be back with, staying local, being close to my family, so it's just a perfect option.
I chose there because I really like the coaches there, and I've always grown up watching them because I live close. And I just seen them play, and that's just where I want to continue my career at.
My parents, they graduated from Missouri Southern, so that was always in the back of my mind. And I went to a lot of camps and games growing up, so I got to know the coaches and understand the culture of the players, and that's just something I want to be a part of.
At Kaminsky Gym in Joplin, 8 student athletes signed letters of intent. Riley Kelly signs with NEO, Abby Lowry with Arkansas Tech, and Libby Munn with South Dakota State. All 3 of them will play collegiate softball. Maria Loom signs with State Fair Community College for both softball and track. Cadence Lawson commits to NEO for soccer. Jaden Pankow commits to Iowa for rowing. Anna Pearl Stanley signs with North Carolina for gymnastics, and Chance Tyndall is headed to Arkansas State for track and cross country.
It was so hard for me to choose between track and softball because they're both 2 sports that I love, and it was just, I couldn't choose in between them. So when I got that opportunity, that text from them, I was excited, and I just knew it was for me.
I started playing soccer with Little Kickers when I was 6, and then ever since then, knowing you could go up to a college level, I was just like, that's my goal. So that's been my goal ever since I was a little girl.
It feels really good. I'm definitely looking back at old videos as my senior year comes to a close, and I'm like, wow, I'm making little me proud, which is nice to know.
I can't give enough thanks to my teammate, Gray Edwards. He's been my teammate since 8th grade, my training partner since day 1, and all the long runs, all the tough workouts, even the easy runs, I would not be here today if it wasn't for him.
At Diamond High School, Lauren Turner officially signs with Pittsburgh State. She's a 3-time All-State softball player through her first 3 seasons with the Wildcats, and she has helped lead them to state championships in both 2022 and 2024.
my coaches, especially Coach Parrish and BJ. They pushed me to be the person I am today, and without them, I couldn't have done anything. And my teammates, they're all just amazing people. I mean, without them, I wouldn't be where I am now. I wouldn't love the sport as much, and we've accomplished a lot of great things.
Then over in Kansas, Pittsburgh High School senior Alyssa Hotsey will be staying close to home. She signs this afternoon to join the Pittsburgh State women's soccer team, which just completed its first season as an NCAA program this fall.
They definitely helped encourage me. Helping them too also helped me see the game more from different perspectives, and they just helped encourage me and help me keep pushing.
So we've kind of got the full experience of a lot of different places, a lot of different sports where all these athletes are headed. Also got a lot that we're going to be seeing here in the 4 states, at Pittsburgh State, at Missouri Southern, Labette County Community College, NEO over the next few years.
Yeah, families, parents are glad to know that. And I shouldn't be surprised, but still it's remarkable how well spoken these young athletes are in expressing their emotions.
It's impressive.
Wish them all well. We'll be right back. You know, in my humble opinion, the best time of year in the 4 states is fall, and it's because of the sort of days that we're going to have, a few of them the coming week. The crisp, cool, just chilly days. That we're
But
gonna have.
not too cold.
But not too cold, exactly.
I like it cold if it snows.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
but we don't have that just
No.
yet. Temperatures in the 60s Thursday and Friday. Clouds start to move in, and then we have more rain chances late Sunday and into Monday, where we're going to see a drop in temperatures.
All right, final sports note.
Fall is also the best because of football season, too. And tomorrow we're going to hear from the Pittsburgh State football team as they get ready for a big game this weekend on the road at Northwest Missouri.
A football game and fall weather, they go hand in hand. It's
Can't
perfect.
get better than that.
Thanks for joining us. Don't forget the morning show starts at 5 a.m. and let's make it a great tomorrow.